Welcome to Deep Thought, the recurring dream. I don't know if I probably have done a podcast on dreams, right? But it's very important with dreams to pay attention to them because it's on a basic level, a level everybody can get regardless of their spiritual beliefs. It's a way for your subconscious to communicate with your conscious, right? Your conscious self is because your subconscious takes in everything, it sees everything, and it could point out some things that you might need to do, right? Always pay attention to them, right? And I've learned since I was little to always pay attention to dreams, actually in a weird way. I had family members who ran numbers, and you know how they used to do with that. So yeah, these old people around me, I'd be waking up just trying to get some Cocoa Puffs or something, and they like, "Hey, Rami, what you dream about last night?" And I say something, and say, "Any numbers?" And I'll be like, "Oh yeah," a bunch of people writing down shit real quick, breaking out those dream books. They say, "Oh, he dreamed about fish or something." But after a while, as I got older, they just asked me straight up for a number. So anyway, right? So there's a recurring dream I've had for years. Now, a context of it is because one thing when you dream with your right brain. So everything is a symbols. It represents something. Very rare anyone will have a dream in which somebody has a straight conversation with you. And if you do, that's getting into some spiritual stuff that I'll get into in another one, right? But it's usually symbols. It represents something. That's how it talks. The subconscious communicates in metaphors, right? Like if someone were to ask you how you are, you say, "I'm chilling," right? Now, you're not chilly or anything. It's probably a hot day, but it just means you're relaxing. That's kind of how it, or, when someone says, "Oh yeah, that woman's fatter than a government paycheck," the symbolism is, she's real sexy and stuff, because a government paycheck is supposedly a big one. Well, if you're upper grade, but, right. So that's how the subconscious communicates with you. So this recurring dream I would have, it was always, to bring it back, when I was in high school, I was always in like school plays and stuff. It had starring roles a couple times too, right? And even in college, I actually wrote and directed a play. Yeah, Rom's talented. So anyway, right? had this recurring dream I've had really since, I don't know, in my 30s, right? So I've been having this dream for over 30 years. Now, it was like 3 parts to it, right? Now, the dream would always be it would be like I'm about to be in a school play, right? I would be in a school play, but I didn't know the lines. I did not know the lines, right? And there's always that situation. Now, the interpretation of that dream was, I got something coming up, but I'm not quite prepared for it, right? That was all, and I've had that dream quite a few times. And during those younger years, I was kind of like going, it was just like, okay, I'm doing this, I'm making money, but this ain't it, right? So it kind of had to do with my professional life. But then it was also around that time I started doing more public speaking. And I used to wing it a lot. And I mean, that's different from just doing like podcasts and stuff. Podcasts, I say stuff off the top of my head unless it's a paid video and then I have a script, right? So I would be in these plays. I wouldn't know the lines, but I'd be thrown out there. I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to say, right? But then it got to a point, I'll say sometime in my 40s, the dream changed. And I would have those dreams, but I would know the lines this time, right? And especially if I'm about to change up something's coming up for me, I would know the lines. And it's like, okay, we're good. And usually as an aside for dreams, if you have a dream And say you're going through some transformation or something, like you losing weight, or you like looking for a new job or something like that. Usually you'll have a dream that maybe show you like the end result of that transformation, or show you in that new job or something, right? The reason is your subconscious wants to know, hey, is this okay? You really want to lose this weight? You really want to take it to this another level? And if you're comfortable, if you wake up comfortable from that dream, your subconscious say, okay, yeah, they really want to lose this weight, or they really want to stay on this path that they're on. It's like a feedback thing. It was like, oh, this way you want to go? Okay, we good, fam. Right? Some way I knew the lines. But then this past weekend, the dream was totally different. It wasn't even so much I knew the lines. I had the script. And not only had the script, but I had the responsibility of rewriting the script. Oh, and I was like, oh, wait, this is deep, because before I didn't know the lines at all. And then I knew the lines, but of course they written by somebody else. Now, the dream was I'm rewriting the script. Basically, because it was still some stuff there, but I was like, nah, I don't want this. Hold up, let me put this here. I had the pen out, and I was rewriting the script. And, you know, my subconscious was like, oh, okay, yeah, you at that point now. The future is what you want it to be. Boom. Right? And I was like, okay. Now, I expect to have, okay, when I start doing that, I ain't going to say if, when I start doing that, now I'm thinking, okay, this is what I have to do. I'm not stuck into anything. That was another interpretation. I'm not stuck into playing a certain role. So, one, I was happy with the dream. I felt good because it represented evolution. You know, for those who get into the deeper aspects of all of this, you know, you want to get to the point where it's not fate happening to your destiny. You want to get to the point where you can rewrite your internal script. Like you're not stuck into doing something. Like really, a lot of people, I'm going to tell you what, and y'all know I'm always going to go deeper with this. Many people, personalities, and I saw this, somebody who follows me too, and I saw this on her Instagram. What people think of as their personality is just repeated behavior patterns. It's just behavior patterns that they keep and they haven't dealt with. But a behavior pattern can be broken. You can rewrite it. You know, that's you know, like one of my mentors explained about the purpose of ritual. You know, you have some spiritual traditions that practice a ritual. That's basically to rewrite the pattern. Like if you have a pattern to like make a dress and you like alter it or something. So basically, I'm at a point where I can alter my patterns consciously. And that's what somebody can do. In fact, I'm going to talk about that in my next one. Yeah, so it's like, okay, I can rewrite the script. Now, in the dream I had, I looked at the script. Like I said, some of the stuff in, but I said, hold up, let me add something here. Like I had to have a whole paragraph, had to have some speeches, all of that stuff, right? That's actually a great thing. Because it's saying, hey, you know, I don't have to accept it. I can accept now some of the parts I left, but then some of the parts I erased. So you don't have to accept anything. And that's the point. Like, and I'll talk about this more tomorrow when I talk about changing your pattern. A lot of people accept. You know, they'll say, I'm this, I'm that. I'm like, no, you are whatever you want to be. You know, if you got something negative, you can change it. Anybody can change it. You don't have to do anything, right? You don't have to do anything, right? And you can do that. But you have to accept more people are slaves to their unconscious. They think, well, this is just who I am. No, it don't have to be who you are, right? And, you know, the beauty of that dream is saying, hey, you can rewrite your script. And that's everybody. That's everybody. And as I said, I'm going to talk about this more tomorrow because it's an important thing. I mean, this, you know, when I talk about it now, that's more for me. Right, but I want to say every single person can rewrite your script. So anyway, right, I'll get back with you. Peace and blessings.